Hey gang, I was working in the yard today because it ain't raining, picking peppers, picking tomatoes, doing whatever, and thought I'd show you something just because I read comments and, I've told you guys, successes and failures, okay? And most of you probably saw the Rumble video today on gardening, let's put it that way. But I wanted to talk about something here real quick, and I want to show you something. So when I was out in the garden today, it's been a weird summer pretty much for everybody. I mean, where I am in Tennessee, not as bad as everybody else, but I mean, it is so freaking humid out today, it's unbelievable. But I planted a bunch of cabbage in the spring, and then spring, the end of winter, if you will. And then it went from, like everywhere else, end of winter to summer. All of a sudden we went from 40 to 90, and that was it. So you didn't have any of that cool weather crop growing. Well, I was out in the garden today, like I said, picking tomatoes and peppers, and some of my cabbage that was forming heads, I noticed one of them that something, deer, raccoon, whatever it was, had started munching on it. So I grabbed some of the heads, and I want you to see this. Okay, this is a head of cabbage. Okay, this thing is about the size, maybe a little bit bigger than a baseball. You can see how I'm getting my hand in here. Okay. And everybody's going to go, oh, that's a failure, that's a failure, that's a failure. No, that's food, okay? You're not going for the county fair. You're not going for the blue ribbon, anything like this. You are growing sustenance, something to eat, all right? So I got 4 of these. I've already chopped up 3, okay? And this is kind of a little tribute to North Shore Preparedness too, because Sean had done a video, maybe a month ago or something like that, on making sauerkraut. I'm going to show you something that I can't find anywhere else on the internet. I'm going to show you how to make Bohemian sauerkraut. My background, okay? So yes, you get a cooking with Mr. P video today. So, like Sean said, like any other video you see online, sauerkraut's pretty simple. I'm going to show you a twist to it. So here, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, if I get this down here. Last cabbage head. Obviously, I want to cut it. I want to core it. Okay, so we're going to get that all out. Oops, before it went up in my lap. Okay. And then, real simple, I'm just going to chop it up like this, and I'll finish this one after the video, so, because I've got enough over here to show you what else I'm going to do. Now, Mrs. P and I, it's only the 2 of us, so I'm going to do pint jars, okay? You can do quart jars, it works the exact same way. The only difference is the hot water bath processing time. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, and it probably would have been a better idea if I got a funnel, but I am going to stuff this jar, snap that piece, stuff, literally, full stuff, mash it down. And what you're doing when you're mashing it down like this, besides creating more space, is you are breaking open those fibers in the cabbage so that the moisture can come out of them, okay? So I'm just gonna keep stuffing this thing here real quick. And you can see how thick my cabbage is. Oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you. There's a piece I missed. It was a perfect example. Make sure you wash your cabbage and check it. Believe it or not, again, when I was doing this, and this is out of my garden, I found in these 4 heads of cabbage 2 slugs. Okay? Not shotgun slugs, slugs like the ones that you want to get rid of. Okay, bug slugs. And so you want to make sure that you get it clean and make sure there's no bugs in it, because I don't think anybody wants slugs in their sauerkraut. All right, so maybe just a hair more. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got this up pretty much to the neck of the mason jar. All right, so like everybody else, this is a real simple recipe at the beginning. Sugar. Don't you love the old Weiler's lemonade lid that I used to keep my sugar in? Okay. 1 teaspoon of sugar. Simple. Salt, okay? Just anything that's non-iodized salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. Real simple there. I will show you, no, actually I'll go this way. Okay. 1, get it, 1 teaspoon of distilled white vinegar. And then the difference, what makes this Bohemian? 1/2 teaspoon of caraway seeds. If you've never had caraway seeds in your sauerkraut, you do not know what you're missing. Okay. So, next thing I do, I got to move over to the stove. I will show you this in just a second. Hang tight. Okay, yes, I know. I cleaned up my work area a little bit while the water was boiling and everything, so do the next step, and I cut up the rest of my cabbage and did the other jars. So out of those 4 jars, or out of those 4 cabbages, I got 5 pints of what'll soon be sauerkraut. Now, I know what y'all are saying. It's like, oh, you don't know about canning and everything like that. Yes, I agree. I'm a novice to canning. But what I wanted to show you guys is this is still going to wind up food, and even though I'm a novice, I'm still going to do it, okay? And just a different recipe. So now after I put everything in, what I'm going to do is take boiling water and fill this till I have about a 1/2 inch of headspace. Okay, so we'll move that one off to the side. Do one more. And same scenario here. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Okay, so now I have about a 1/2 inch of headspace. A little chance to make sure everything's down because you don't want any of that cabbage or anything like that touching the metal on the top. Just like anything else, okay, wipe your rim, vinegar, especially with this one. Want to make sure you got no caraway seed up there, or sugar or salt or anything like that. And then as per normal, take your lid, finger tight, and we're good to go. So let me get these all put together and I'll be right back. Okay, damn, it's a long way down when you're as tall as I am, and nothing like having my head right close to a hot pot, right? Okay, so a water bath can for these, real simple. You'll know how to do that, because God knows I'm not the person to tell you. But for this, pints, 15 minutes, quarts, 20 minutes. So I'm going to put all these in here real quick. Let them do their thing, and as per normal, 1 inch of 1 inch of water over the tops of the jars, just like anything else that you're doing. So we'll get this in, make sure I've got enough. Be close. All right, I'm going to have to add just a little bit of water. I've got the rest of the boiling water over here. We'll try that. And it should get me pretty close. All right, I will see you in 15 minutes and show you what this looks like. All right, so my 15 minutes are up. Time to take out some kraut. Take out the kraut. There you go. And you guys can see this. There we go, 5 pints of kraut. Shut that off. All right, I will move back over yonder and do this. Okay, so back to me. So yeah, so there's the point, guys, is don't worry about, oh my God, it's a failure. I only got some. You got food. And, hey, eating anything is good. I got 5 pints of sauerkraut out of this, okay? Little heads of cabbage. I'm not any master canner or something like that, but I can do it. This is what prepping's all about, guys. It's not the pretty tomato, it's not the perfectly straight cucumber. Who cares? If you can eat it and it can sustain life, that's what you're shooting for. So, but keep growing, keep going. Give it a shot. See you in the morning. Pinball out.